Well, listen, welcome to Australia yet again, via television. First of all, congratulations on the album. Must be very excited about this one, surely.
Yeah, I'm very fond of it.
Yeah?
Yes.
I was thinking about, you know, on the plane coming over, how long I'd known you, the good times, the bad times, the laughs and everything else. But you have weathered this very well, in so many ways. I mean, has it been hard?
Being famous? Well, it's taken me 15 years to sort of deal with it gracefully, I think. I mean, in the beginning, it's a rush. You don't know what you're in for. You're really excited. You say and you do things and you don't really care, you know what I mean? And then you go through the, you know, oh my God, you know, suddenly you have no privacy, no anonymity, and you become very bitter about it, and, you know, just want to tell everyone to, you know, F off. And now I feel like, you know, I've come out on the other side of it, and I just sort of have accepted it, you know what I mean? And I don't really fight it, and it's sort of there, and it's just part of the, it's just...
Your mood changes all the time. There's a track to...
Well, I'm a very moody girl.
Oh, God, you don't have to tell me that. I'm talking about great moods, you know? What were you looking for as producer of Madonna?
Well, first of all, I was a huge fan of all of Williams' earlier records, all Strange Cargo 1 and 2 and all that. And I loved all the remixes that he did for me. And I was interested in kind of fusing a kind of futuristic sound, but also using lots of kind of Indian and Moroccan influences and things like that. And I wanted it to sound old and new at the same time. And I thought that William Orbit's music pretty much embodied that feeling. And since I loved his remixes of mine so much, I decided just, you know, instead of giving him my song later when I'm done, why don't I just make the whole record with him?
Then you use one of your old friends in Patrick Leonard, who's come up with some ripper of the songs in the past and some fantastic songs on this, you know?
Yeah.
With Patrick Leonard, can I ask you, what has been your favourite track with him before?
That we ever wrote,
Ever wrote?
Like a Prayer.
Yeah?
No question.
Favourite tracks? I mean, there's so many you wrote
Pat?
with him. Yeah. I mean, you wrote a whole album with him.
God, remind me of songs I did with him.
I'll give you the whole list if you like, you know? Spanish Eyes?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Of Madonna, way, way back, I guess, you know?
Yeah. There are no coincidences.
Doing Evita, and the wonderful visions and visuals, I should say, and the way that film panned out, it must have been fun when you talk about those rhythms, those sambas, and that, just to do that
Latin
film,
music,
you know?
yeah. Well, I didn't, I usually try to get one song on every record that's got a bit of a Latin feel to it, and that's why, that was one of the reasons also that I felt so compelled to do that movie, because just the whole connection with Latin music.
Were you able to go like that to the critics and to some of the people that have been real bitches to you about getting that wrong? Or did you think, no, I won't even think about it?
I never did that. No, I did it, I did the work, I was proud of the work, and I didn't waste any time thinking about the critics, because at the end of the...
Had fun with and felt that they really did do something for you at the time?
Well, I had a great time doing Vogue, the video to Vogue, and I love that video, and also Take About Human Nature.
Yeah?
I had a great time. I usually have a good time, yeah. But this last video we were shooting in the desert, and it was so bitterly cold. I thought it would have been bolder to take some of the other tracks. I thought Frozen was like a good way to bridge the you know, the way people are used to hearing the sound to like the newer stuff. Yeah, I'm really lousy at choosing first single because I can't decide, and I love them all. So
the love of your life, is it? I believe there's a new
my
love
daughter.
Of your life. Your daughter, apart from your daughter, yoga.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Well, apart from there's another one as well, but yoga.
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah. Has that really changed you?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, everything.
So when did you start getting into this? Was it the readings or what?
I started practicing yoga, well, I guess a couple months after I had my daughter. And then I found a really great teacher, and it just, now I just can't imagine going through the day and not doing it. It's completely changed my outlook on life, not just yoga, but it has had a huge influence on me. People have the wrong notion about yoga. I think people have two notions. They think you're like sitting there and the lotus position and you're saying Om and it's really boring and there's nothing going on. Or, you know, or you're twisting yourself into a pretzel. And it's so much more about meditation, you know what I mean? And where, I won't bore you with it. You sort of have to do it to understand it.
No, what I find fascinating, and I've always found this fascinating with you, you never take on a thing 80% or 90%. It's almost 200%, you know?
If I like it, if I'm into it, yeah, I throw myself into it.
Well, you do. I mean, like, when you were going to gym and getting up and training every morning, I mean, I defied anyone that could do that. And
at that time in my life, it felt like the right thing to do, and I think I approached working with my body in a much more aggressive way. In retrospect, now that I'm doing yoga, I think that I actually did myself a disservice because the way I was working out drained me. It took away my energy.
And being a mum, the emotion of having a child, it must be very strong and so sort of hard for you in some respects, you know? Is it?
Hard in what way?
Well, hard in the balance of giving so much emotion to the daughter, but still having the balance that, you know, of an ordinary child.
It is a real juggling routine to feel like I'm spending enough time with my daughter and also my work, because they're two really big passions for me. Obviously, my daughter's always going to come first, but I think it's important that she has a mother who's happy with herself and that's doing what she wants to do. Still, she's changed my life immensely. I have no free time.
I mean, and certainly life itself, in so many different ways, and different sorts of people, different sex genres, etc., you know? Have you enjoyed all of that? I mean...
Well, it's been a real journey.
Yeah, it sure has.
Yeah.
Nothing to regret?
No.
No? If someone was to write a book on you, what would you hope would come out of it? Well, they have many, but I mean, the real book. I mean, I've had...
I'll write the real book, thank you very much.
Will you write the real book?
Yeah, when I'm 80.
Yeah?
And I will live that long.
Well, we know that. She's a fun girl, and with all the boy toys stuff and all of that.
I'm still a fun girl.
Oh, I know that, I know that. Is there things in you that you've had that you haven't been able to hold?
Oh, God, yeah.
That you really wanted to hold?
Yeah. There are things that I've wanted.
I know way back, you know, but...
No, but even now,
Yeah.
I mean... Oh, yeah, I mean... And not just people, just situations that have, you know, slipped through my fingers. People, relationships, friendships, love...
Label, good fun.
Yeah.
Led by probably the only artist to really have a successful record label. Many have tried.
Knock wood.
Well, it's good wood. Alanis Morissette, extraordinary success.
Yeah, here right now.
Yeah.
And we've got an artist coming out right now called Eva, a Swedish singer. I don't know if you've heard of her. And
yeah, I believe she's fantastic.
Yeah, and two other Swedish artists who are working on their albums right now. One is a group called Baxter and a group called Lucy Nation.
Yeah.
Brilliant, amazing.
Michelle?
She's also working on a new record. I don't know what the Prodigy's doing.
Well, I mean,
We can only imagine.
That was a brilliant signing with you, and Guy was also involved.
Yeah, Guy Osiri, yeah.
You found one of the best A&R men in America, just like that.
I'm a very lucky... You haven't asked me a question before?
Well, I've asked you silly questions, but I'm being silly now, right?
Okay.
Okay. What is in your makeup bag at the moment?
My makeup bag?
Yeah.
Makeup. Most of it's half-eaten.
The reason I ask this is that Elizabeth Taylor was once asked if she was deserted on a desert island and she had to pick one thing out of her makeup bag, what would she pick?
I would pick my tweezers.
That's what she said.
Really? Oh, good.
Exactly what she
God
said.
bless her.
Books you're reading at the moment, because you're an avid reader. I don't know when you get time to read all this, but...
I'm reading a book called Memoirs of a Geisha.
Yeah?
Have you heard of it?
No.
Oh, it's a true story about a geisha, who became like one of the most powerful geishas in Japan during World War II.
Right.
It's brilliant.
Future projects in filmmaking, I mean, I heard you may be doing something with Goldie Hawn, the Chicago
I'm
project.
supposed to be doing Chicago. Nick Heitner's directing that, and that's probably not going to go until... Pre-production will start at the end of the year, but we won't start filming until next January. I'm going to probably do a movie in the summer, a small movie, based on a true story about a brother and a sister, and then go on a small tour, and then do Chicago.
Right, right. Now, this will be different for you, because surely with going into yoga, as opposed to when you were so into the gym and that.
Yeah, but I have more energy now.
You have? So you'll be able to dance.
Yeah, but who says I'm going to do that? I don't want to repeat myself. I want to go to Cuba.
Cuba?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm dying to go there. I love Cuban music, and my daughter's half Cuban. Why shouldn't I be able to go there?
Well, the Pope went there last week.
Exactly.
So he's one up on you there.
He is. There's 3 countries I'm dying to go to. I've never been. Cuba.
Ireland?
No. Cuba, Ireland,
Ireland?
and India.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Why Ireland?
First of all, I have lots of really good friends from Ireland, and they're such incredible, soulful, passionate people. Second of all, I hear that Dublin is kicking. Have you heard that?
Very much so.
I just hear that it's gorgeous, the countryside.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful.
So, why not?
And India? Because of...
India, for lots of reasons.
Yeah.
I want to study with this yoga teacher who's in his 80s, who taught my yoga teacher. His name is Patabi Joyce. I want to go to Mysore and study there. And I want to travel around. I want to go to the palaces in the north. I want to... I mean, I love Indian culture and the clothes and the food and the jewelry and the jewelry and the... What ambitions? Well, I want to become a better actress, and I want to be a good mother. And I want to travel more, and I want to learn how to paint. That's enough.
Will you ever find the right man to marry?
Will I ever find the right man to marry? Oh, I don't even know if I believe in marriage. So I don't know about that.
Right. Well, to you, sort of like a Bette Davis thing, of one of her things, once it was, fasten your safety belt, it's going to be a bumpy ride or a rocky ride.
That too.
Have you ever released that safety belt at any stage?
I don't think I'm wearing a safety belt.
No?
No.
So you've never put it on?
No, that's why I've got so many bumps.